Well, howdy, I am Arthur Morris, and one thing is for sure, I can teach you to make better photographs of birds. I'm not going to be around too many decades longer, so think about signing up for an IPT. There's one opening on my Homer trip next February, so shoot me a message or email me from the blog. Whether you're photographing flight or tight close-ups, we'll see lots of those today. I can help you improve how to get the right exposure in the pink light pre-dawn. We're the first boat out every morning. We stay out the longest and we have the most fun. It's the 400-2.8 and the 1.4. So I went out to the lake this morning about a little after 8, very late. I wanted to see if there was an osprey bathing. That's been my number one goal. They get in the water, but they don't go deep enough to bathe. Then they fly away. So we're going to look at 1,146 images. And if you look in this lower right corner, if I give it a T, that's a keeper. If I hit T again, we lose it. So I don't like this little blue thing up here. And decent enough image. A little bit lighter on the exposure, but that's good both. Then I like this better, but I don't like this one, but that's easy with the J tool, so I'm going to give this a T. That's our first keeper. Lots of similars. Then I took the teleconverter off to get more grass. Give that one a T. Great egret, a young one. And this is sort of nice, but the bird's head, whoops. Even in the best one, the bird's head is slightly angled away from me. So I'm going to pass on that one. Got to come back here. There we go. Get rid of the zoom. Then he went behind the grasses. Then I had a flock of white ibises, and I was trying to isolate. Everything you'll see from here on is 1200 millimeters. Sony 600 f4 GM with the 2X teleconverter and the Sony A1. When I'm not shooting flight and action, I go with the A1. For flight and action, it'll always be the A9 III. So I like the open bill here and the perfectly square head. Give it a T. This one also is nice. And we can fine-tune our selections on a second edit. Just looking for anything that stands out. Could have pointed the lens down a little bit here. All nice, all sharp, all perfectly exposed. And all going in the trash. Yeah, I'll keep that one. Turned away a little bit, so I'm basically blasting these. Looking for one that stands out. Then a sandhill crane comes by. Got a little bit of feather on his bill. We'll keep one of them. A little brighter exposure, we'll keep one. Now the head turns away, and these, I usually try to put the head here, but I was trying something different here. Got to get it completely square. I like that one over that because there's more of the bill, so we can keep that one, give it a T. Not good enough to keep, but these I love. So I'll keep two of them the same. And this one, I'm using zone and it's following the eye. Keep that one. I wish I'd pointed the lens down a little bit. And here you see a little gnat flying in the air. And I should have gone vertical for these. See, I'm cutting off the virtual bill. Come on, go vertical. That one sort of works. We'll keep it for now. Then I went vertical. I needed to put the bird up higher in the frame. Then I went a little darker. That's better in terms of composition. I like the open bill. Keep that one. Now angling a little bit too much toward me. Notice when you're over the shoulder also, you're short on depth of field. Even at f9, stop down a little bit. And this I just love. Give it a keep. And this is elegant, and we can always take the eye from here. So I'll give that a 2. Yellow color tells me I can use that eye as source material for this one. Now the bird's walking, so I'm not doing a good job of keeping it in the middle of the frame. Now we slow down a little, and you see even at F9, stop down a third. A little short on depth of field, we'll keep that one. We'll clean that up with the spot healing brush tool. And I'm in my vehicle and I'm working off the Big Lens Ultimate Beanbag. This guy's facing away. I'm blasting this, looking for something really special, but his head is turned slightly away. Not really sharp enough on the face. Sort of decent there. Let's look at the eye. Yeah, we could sort of repair that. And the straw on the green stuff will go away easily. Yeah, I'll keep that one for now. Head still turned slightly away. These ducks are so beautiful. Now he's bathing. I like this one, but we need a good eye. Maybe that eye could work, so I'll give that a T and a 2 for source material. And I'm working fast. If I hit F, you see I'm at a 12/50th of a second, but I could have doubled that for the bathing bird. So just hold the button down and see. That one, the head needed to be on our side. And you know you're dead with 1200 millimeters when the bird flaps. But you push the button anyway. Then I got really close and started doing some head portraits. And I like this one. Nice and square to the back of the camera. And let's, for fun, see if this is overexposed with these bright highlights. So I go Control, Edit with Raw Digger. And we need to see Raw Digger. There we go. And so it's showing the only overexposed stuff is the eye skin. So we have 4,000 and change overexposed pixels. Let's see. Yeah, there's more overexposure here in the specular highlights. But all of that can be saved. Back to Photo Mechanic. Back to full screen. So I love the sharp eye. I'll keep that one. Now when he turns towards us a little bit, that's even better. It eliminates a lot of the reflections off the bill. And I try not to overexpose these because if you really push the exposure, you have to drop the luminance in the oranges and yellow. So we'll keep this one. Notice the caustics, the reflection of the little waves on the bird's face. Those will make a difference. Like this. Keep this one. Notice it's a little windy, so we're starting to see some wavelets in the background. Keep a couple of these. Move them back in the frame. There you go. And again, I'm keeping a bunch because this is special to get this close to these birds, and they're so beautiful. Got a little drop of water on his head up there, right there. And yeah, dozens of great pictures being deleted. Even closer, move the car. I was in pretty firm, damp sand. Worried a little bit about getting stuck. Keep that one. Keep that one. Just looking at the differences in the background. Now let's see, am I at F11 here? No, just F9. But still almost enough depth of field to keep this sharp. And a silly, goofy look. And you see the blue moving in the background as I push the shutter button. I'll keep that one. Notice, hundreds of frames, perfect photographs. Keep another one just for the hell of it. A little bit looking too much to me, and I don't like the breaking wavelet. I needed to have that back in the frame a little. There you go. The eye looks a little funky, but we'll keep one, keep another. Now going for the head. I need to move this back in the frame if he stays there. Even better. And I'm looking at this gray-blue for the wave. As it goes down, keep another one. Look how sharp. 1200 millimeters. Laser, razor sharp. Keep another one. Then I went to visit the old eagle nest. 1200 millimeters. There goes a mayfly going through the frame. Then I love this pose looking back. Give it a T. I move the car up a little. And here I'm auto bracketing to learn about the exposure. So yeah, the lightest one is going to be the best. So I go Command Z. I go Control right click, edit photo with raw digger. And we see we have a dead solid perfect exposure. Command 0 with only six overexposed pixels out of 51 million. Not gonna hurt you. So that is perfect. And Sony makes it easy with zebras, which if you go to the blog, you've heard about for the last couple of years. So I like that one. And I know this is going to be the best. And I'm going to get rid of this hanging piece of junk here because I like it. And now the bird's calling. So when you're auto bracketing and the bird calls, you're going to lose sometimes the best one. And keep that one. And keep that. Bunch of nice stuff. These birds can't decide if they're going to nest. There's nests with fledged young already. And these guys, and look at the difference in a single frame. Beautiful light on the face. Incredible sharpness. Keep that one, and the next frame, the bird turns his head, nictitating membranes down. And we'll keep that one. We'll check the exposures later. Now I got these birds again. I went back and I got even closer. The first time they got scared away by an airboat that's doing some spraying, some poisonous stuff in the lake. Keep it. And I'm sort of liking this. He's sort of doing his dabble feeding. He's not getting ready to bait. And look how sharp. Can make this into a low pano. Another keeper. Then angled away here. Too bad. Too bad. Angled slightly away. And notice the blue here. I don't like this coming so close to the bill, but as the wave goes away, it opens up the face, and we can keep a couple. Incredible sharpness. Another keeper. And here I'm pushing the exposure borderline. Let's see if it's as bad as I think. Edit with raw digger. Raw digger. And not bad at all. 3,000 overexposed pixels. But they're all in the specular highlights, and the specular highlights in the eye, and the specular highlights in the water. So that would be doable. But only if I love the image. Yeah, too many reflections for me. I wish I'd shot it a third light, or like third darker like that. Keep that one. And this one, easy to make this into a vertical and add canvas above. The eye looks quite funky. Yeah, he's got the nictitating membrane down. So we'll see if we can find another eye. That one will get us a good eye, so I give that a 2 and a T. And there, as soon as he raises his head and opens the bill, nictitating membrane comes down. Slightly angled away. Nothing better than I got before. Keep one just for fun. And I just love these things. This one, vertical front end, right behind the legs. Notice the caustics rolling across the face. That's personal. Now, I have no idea what this is. Birds are not supposed to have penises. I do not know what that is, but I'm going to find out. No picture there. I just took it for learning purposes. And I know it's getting time to go home. Again, these front end portraits, you want to give it a little room. Should have pointed the camera down a little to give more room for the virtual feet, but I'll keep that. I could add some on the bottom. Now that's lousy, that's better. Point the camera down, buddy. Keep one. You can see his far foot there, but not the near foot. Then I shot a long series of scratching. I glanced at this before. His head is turned slightly away. Yeah. And one of the reasons I should have mentioned 1200 millimeters is so effective when you're in the car. If I get out of the car, I'm going to lose these birds. They're going to fly away. So by being at 1200 millimeters, I can stay fairly far back. So my angle of declination, the number of degrees the lens is pointing down to the bird, is still relatively shallow. Like this one. Like this one. Here comes the nictitating membrane. So even though the A1 is relatively slow at 30 frames per second, it gives you lots of options. One out of focus, operator error. And these are all pretty damn good. We'll keep one, we'll keep another one, slightly different composition. And now preening. Unfortunately, I like that, but he never opened his eye. There you go. But I'd clean all of this up if I process this one better because I'm not pointing the lens down so much. Easy to add canvas in front. And this is some schmutz on the sensor from a friend did a sensor cleaning for me and she wasn't careful enough. But I've been too lazy to go back and clean it. If you like black skimmers and turns, take a look at the Nickerson Beach IPTs. I'm going to be spending the last week in July and 3 weeks in August, another keeper and another keeper on Long Island. And I have 3 IPTs and there's room for you on each one. One person on each. Wish he turned his head a little bit toward me. Keeper. Keeper. And when we hit that, and I go escape, that's the last one. So all I'm going to do now is go show untagged, Command A, and these were copied so I don't mind deleting them. So make sure that I didn't get any color tagged ones in there. Nope. Command A, as long as it says untagged, Command delete. And before you think you've lost all your pictures, you go all, and there's our keepers So out of 1146, we kept 78. And I'll probably get that down to 10 or 12 on a second edit. Anyway, enjoy Wimbledon, enjoy the soccer. And I'll be doing lots more on YouTube with all the problems with post notifications on the blog. I'm still publishing one every other day, but it's gotten to be a real hassle, but I'm getting some good help from a friend in South Africa. I am headed up to Jacksonville for an IPT, have 2 folks, each one staying for a whole week. You'll see some tern and laughing gull pictures and lots of chicks in the next couple of days. Love you much.